Hello. Welcome
Hi.
to the Death Battle Cast. A very I don't know what to call this one. You've seen the thumbnail,
90s?
you've seen the title. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
Cringe.
I'm very
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm very
Ben. What could
concerned.
possibly go wrong? Come on.
Oh
That that's
no.
that's
Oh
okay, so
no.
the possibly
This cast is
pun
gonna be like drinking the water at Jerry
yeah,
Garcia's house.
imagine how easy it was to be in the 90s. You could be like possibly, but like PAW and everybody's like give him a franchise. This man's done it. Like
Mhm.
so fucking easy to be alive in the 90s.
A lot of puns.
It was so easy. Yeah, certainly as a 90s kid. Sure.
Michael says, let's start
Yes,
with the obvious question. Why?
that is an
Yeah.
Why
excellent
not?
question. Ten Tails, did you mistype the one that you normally do?
Yeah, he did it different today.
Do you want to cover that?
Sure. Because I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of these two in my life. So I'm now curious about how they fight. I'd be surprised if both would bend reality to their will or have any cartoon powers. Anyway, I won't be able to join next week, cast, because I have vacation. So here's a 200. Well, I
Thank
hope
you.
you have a great vacation, Ten
Yeah,
Tails, and thank
you
you.
definitely.
Yeah,
They are
appreciate it.
essentially 3D platformers of the Sega Saturn PlayStation era.
2D first and then 3D.
Yeah.
They have like 2D
Oh
games and then
yeah,
they
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 were,
made the
weren't they?
move. Yeah.
And boy, do
Yeah,
they
they
have
started.
big mouths.
They
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
started 2D and they tried to transition to 3D and died
Yeah.
horrifically.
Yeah, I would say
Multiple times.
Bubsy 3D was like it probably held other games back from trying to transition to that third dimension
Yeah.
for
It
decades.
was
The
it
failure
was
of Bubsy
very
3D
early.
was
It was the
pretty epic.
lesson
Yeah.
learned.
It
Yeah.
had
So
tank
yes,
controls.
we
Yeah.
are indeed doing Bubsy versus Gex. Apparently, and I keep forgetting this is happening. There's a new goddamn Bubsy game coming out this week. What the fuck? like no. So yes, welcome to Death Battle Cast. If you've never seen this show before or listened to the show before,
Weird time to start.
basically the idea, yeah, this is a very bizarre one to jump into. But hey, maybe that makes it the best one to start with, right? So the way this is gonna work is Chad is going to be representing Bubsy Bobcat. Liam is going to be representing Gex the Gecko. He's a gecko, right?
Yeah. He's a gecko.
Gex the Gecko.
Mhm.
And it's going to be their
Yeah.
jobs to convince the rest of us, me, Sam, and all of you watching live right now, that their character would win a death battle. We do this live every Tuesday at noon Central Time. I don't know how this is going to go. We'll find out. But at the end of the show, you all will have the chance to vote on who you think should win, whether based on Chad and Liam's arguments or just your own biases. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then
so
we will find out who wins.
some people desperately want this to actually be a matchup, which is funny. And I do think Soldier Delta mentioned that. Just a reminder to people that Sean Chiplock is voicing Bubsy in the upcoming game. He voiced Mojito in Death Battle. Yeah. Sean Chiplock, nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what,
Yeah.
but you are right.
awesome.
We do have that link right there.
We
Bubsy,
have Bubsy in Death
We
Battle,
could
Yeah.
just not
oh my
as
God, we
Bubsy.
could.
just not as Bubsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gilded gifted out 5 memberships, and Night Ghost gave out their 1 membership.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Both of you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I guess we should get started. While we do have a few super chats coming in, so thank you all. We'll get to some of them in just a bit. But let's get started with which one did Bubsy come out first? Which one came out first?
I believe so. I would guess.
I don't know.
Let's
think
start with
so.
Bubsy, and I'll look that up. Chad,
Yeah.
what the fuck is a Bubsy?
Well, Bubsy is a loudmouth, attitude-filled bobcat with a whole lot of confidence. Well, you see, when the world was threatened, Ben, a grave resource was at stake, and that is an alien invasion was coming to steal all of the world's wool. The woolies wanted all the wool in the world, and one bobcat, because Cat was like, "Fuck that," and decided to completely overthrow an alien invasion, and then again, and then multiple times throughout space, time, and everything. If someone's coming for, if they're coming for wool, Bubsy's there to stop him. Um,
That's what his story is.
yeah.
Victorian
okay.
industrialists beware. The woolies are coming.
Yeah. Bubsy's got a ton of equipment at his disposal, from shirts that give him extra lives to make him invisible, to make him invincible. He's got this in a really great licensing crossover. He has his Nerf blaster. You remember the Nerf blaster, the one with the like 5 barrels that you like did that and it shot the balls out? He's got one of those, which turns people into cards for some reason. But he can pounce on enemies and destroy them in pretty much one hit. Everything from tanks, submarines, giant robots, trains, cars, you name it, he'll blow it up. And he's also got some bombs and things, and some surprising stuff that I'll save for a little bit later. But as well as he's got planes and spaceships and all sorts of shit. So we've learned a lot.
The general idea with Bubsy is that he was the game was trying to copy the Sonic formula, right? Like he was kind of fast, you jump around, and spin around.
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot more. I think there's a lot more verticality, in a lot of his platforming. And then he glides. So for some
those
reason,
platformers where they don't quite get the formula, and the levels are all they're just massive boxes, and they're kind of like mazes. There's no sort of flow to any of them. You're just sort of fucking around, and you eventually get to the end. That's kind of like like Sonic CD without the puzzle time travel mechanic.
Yep. Yeah. I was about to say Sonic CD, my favorite Sonic game. It's also a nightmare to play.
Collect enough wool, then find the little exclamation point ending thing, and then you move on to the next level.
Okay. All right. Well, what about Gex? What is a Gex?
Gex is a gecko whose father died in an explosion at NASA. And Gex went into a deep depression. He inherited a lot of money from his uncle, and became a secluded nerd incel who would just watch TV all the time. So he knows everything about every TV show ever. It's why he's constantly spouting references. It is a coping mechanism for his broken heart. And he is eventually sucked into the TV, into the media dimension, which is this multiverse of endless TV channels. And he has to defeat Rez, who is this robotic gecko who may or may not be his father. And he needs to save the media dimension. Gex is essentially a traveler of the multiverse. He knows everything about every TV show ever. He has battled every kind of enemy you could possibly imagine. And he has an absolutely absurd amount of equipment, abilities. He is a platforming legend, insofar that his games are better than Bubsy's games. I can say that definitively. And I think he has everything he needs to take this stupid fucking Robert Cat down.
Wait, okay, hang on. Wait, going back a bit.
Yeah.
When you say his father died in an explosion at NASA, was this like a gecko pet or experiment or whatever at NASA, or did he legitimately work at NASA? Is this Animal Kingdom
know.
work at NASA?
Okay. I don't
Was he
know.
a gecko sent to
Yeah.
space?
I thought about looking that up, clarifying.
Because then you said he inherited money from his uncle, which also I guess
why
implies
does this
his
dad
uncle
thing
also
matter?
died, probably also an explosion.
Yeah.
So
Look, come on.
they have
give me a
money.
fucking break here.
I just don't know if Gex is a gecko in Gecko Land or in our real world that got
In
sucked
human
up
land.
into.
He knows people. He knows who
right?
Jerry Garcia is. So
Yeah.
I think that maybe it's a mixed thing
Okay.
where there's animals about.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just love
Okay.
both these characters are so stupid and encapsulate the era they were in. I feel especially Bubsy, where they were just look at what they did with Sonic. All your character needs is attitude and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And they're how do we do it? I don't know, put an exclamation on his t-shirt. That way it seems exciting. It's the people in the room went with the first idea for almost everything.
Here's a slightly more in-depth explanation. 4 of his family members are known. His father, not actually seen, but the instruction manual for the first game tells that Gex's father and 10 human volunteers were killed in an accident when their rocket blew up on the launch pad. Okay,
Okay.
so it is a gecko with other humans. His mother, not actually seen in game, who, after Gex's father died, fired everybody in NASA, so she works for NASA. and
High
took the
up
rocket
too,
to,
obviously.
Yeah.
quote, some third world countries.
What?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I did.
So
Madagascar earlier
she's-
said one of Bubsy's win cons is Gex just saying something that'll get himself canceled.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's probably going to happen.
Mhm.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. So his mom worked for NASA and fired everybody. Everybody.
she was,
So
like,
NASA just
appointed. She
doesn't
wa-
exist anymore.
Yeah, she must have been like a Clinton appointee. So he has connections to the government.
Yeah. Also,
Oh my god.
along the lines of the Sonic thing, I just realized because one of the things in the show, yes, there's a cartoon show. It's really not great and annoying, but they really like to reference corn dogs. So not chili
Yeah, there was
dogs.
a single. It
That's
was a
his
single
thing.
episode, right? It was a pilot episode,
Yeah.
and it's very
Yeah.
much like for Bubsy, and it's very
Yeah.
much like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog coded, like that the Sonic
Yes.
cartoon that was just like
Yeah.
a fucking drug trip,
Yeah.
right? It was just Sonic
Yeah.
and Tails running around in a half-finished background, and it was just like absolutely insane to watch. Like the Bubsy pilot is basically that, if I recall
Alex
correctly.
says.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not great.
It's terrible. Both of these characters are terrible. I remember watching that pilot. I played Gex on Game Boy as a kid. I've always hated these guys.
Yeah. Let me
One
tell
of
you,
the
there's a
PlayStation
I
Gex
hate
games
these
kicked
guys.
ass. It was very good. The
Mhm.
one where that was like 007 themed, that one was very
the
fun.
3D one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one that I had as a kid. I hated it. I don't even remember
There's a
anything about the
Gex-
game. I just remember I hated it.
There's a Gex novelization. And let me tell you, when you have to listen to his inner narration, every single thing he says is a movie reference. Okay, do you guys know Twisted, that parody musical of Aladdin? Do you know Star Kid? They did like a Harry Potter musical. Okay, never mind.
I don't know what Star Kid is.
They're I'm saying them right? They're the group that does it. Yeah. They're the theater
Okay.
company. They did Twisted, which is a parody of Aladdin. Their parody of Genie, because they can't call him the Genie because he's a Disney character, but they call him the Jinn. His character
Mhm.
is just making references constantly, but with zero charisma, right? Like they're just doing Robin Williams
That's funny.
without any charisma, and none of the characters know what the fuck he's talking about, and they're really irritated by him.
Okay.
That is Gex. That is Gex
Yeah.
in his
But, like,
novelization.
Take
It's
it
constant.
seriously.
Yes. It's absolutely
just
terrible.
reference the gecko.
It's like Goodfellas
Okay.
reference, and you're like, okay, and then it's like a Winnie the Pooh reference, and I'm like, oh, please make this stop. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll jump into like their powers in a bit, I guess. But man, we've gotten quite a few super chats, so we'll run through a few of these. Lily Mandragon, you've heard of Gex and Bubsy? Have you played Jersey Devil? Now I played that one.
I have that downloaded.
I've
I'm
not
never
played it.
gonna play it. Shit.
Pin YouTube says super banger matchup.
yeah, that
Please do
game.
this one. All caps. This is
Yeah,
a
there you
$10
go.
super chat. Is that enough to convince us that this should be a nut battle? I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
definitely gonna do this one.
Chai Hi-Fi Rush with some great Bubsy trivia. Reminder that the official voice actor of Bubsy is this Sean or is this somebody else? I don't know. Commissioned goth
Am I-
femboy art of him and Gex.
I saw this.
I mean, yeah,
Please
good
check
on
it
him.
Out.
You got to keep artists
I assume
employed.
it's the original. I don't know who it is.
We're gonna be
keep an
a
artist employed.
Piss
Yeah,
poor
yeah.
society if we let all of our artists starve. So
Yeah, yeah. Good for them. Good for them. Joe, what's up, Joe? Saying I'm sending you this message from the business expo at the City Field Stadium. Not sure how that's relevant, but hey,
But
go
hey,
get
good
him,
on
Joe.
you, dog.
Joe's like, I'll find a way to watch.
Yeah,
Joe.
appreciate it. Ronald Vextian saying Yuji versus Denji who? This is the real next death battle.
Yeah.
Do you guys really want this?
No.
Gilded Data mentioning, if I remember correctly, there was fall damage in the original Bubsy, which is, I believe you are right, because it was a nightmare to play that game. And that's one of the reasons why. Um,
Bubsy's not worried
uh,
about fall damage in today's day and age.
well, I don't think Gex is gonna have a verticality over him. Mega Lazy Guy, would Gex have seen the dropped Bubsy cartoon pilot if he watches a lot of TV?
He
Has
could
he
have.
seen it?
That's a great point that I just thought of.
That you just thought of.
Yeah.
that I just thought of.
Michael McDonald mentions the difference between Sonic and Bubsy is that Sonic doesn't have a personality like sanding paper. I think that depends on which Sonic you're talking about. And
That is true.
I think there are some Sonics or some people who will strongly disagree with you. Oh my God, you guys have just sent a crap ton of these. Uh, Paul W featuring Paul says, remember everyone, don't drink the tap water at Jerry Garcia's place.
One of
As
Gex's
Gex
favorite or famous lines, yeah.
will
Yeah.
always remind
It's
you,
the only
yeah.
one I know.
And especially now,
Paul.
I feel like nobody even knows Jerry Garcia. We're probably the
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
the
like
idea
the
that
the
ice
like,
Ben and Jerry's Cherry
Yeah,
Garcia
yeah.
flavor is probably more
Yeah.
famous than Jerry
do they think
Garcia.
that like he like spiked the tap water with like LSD? Is that the idea?
I believe that's
think
the
that's-
I think
assumption
yes,
there.
that is
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Who was Gex made for? Because like when I was a kid and I
don't know.
played the Gex game, I was too young to know who like
Yeah.
any of these people were.
Yeah,
So,
my
like,
dad knows who Jerry Garcia is, and that's how I know. But that's about it.
right? Like, I don't.
I think maybe like teens, adults, people that were aging out of like baby platformers and wanted to be like, this is an adult
Or, like-
platformer that can make jokes.
Or like parents that played with their kids, like it was
Yeah,
that
It
era
was
where they're trying
like
to
oh, they
insert-
made a Jerry Garcia joke. Yeah,
Right.
Like the original Mario Brothers was only like what? I guess maybe 10,
10 years
15
old.
years old at that point. So yeah,
Gex
maybe
one
it
was
would have.
95.
Yes, okay. So maybe it would have hit like people who are just getting into like high school or whatever. Were they
Yeah.
actually playing?
But then again, it was on the
Like,
wasn't it on the Neo Geo or no, the other one, the one that was worse. The Neo Geo was
3D
cool, it just didn't sell well. The 3DO, I think it was,
was it
a
the
Oh,
3DO?
3DO?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
X was 3DO. I can't remember specific. I had the Game Boy one, so I don't remember.
Oops.
Dude Blade mentions the timeline where Gex and Bubsy succeeded, but Mario and Sonic didn't. Must be a hellscape. Absolutely, it's a very unfun hellscape. Oh my God. I am the table mentioning that Liam is already lying by saying that any of Gex's games could hope to match the masterpiece that is Bubsy 3D. Bubsy visits the James Troll retrospective. I mean,
it's a good joke. That's not what it's called.
we'll talk about Bubsy
Yeah.
3D, I'm sure.
Yep,
Um,
we sure will.
all right. Well, there's a few others, but I think we'll get to them in a bit. All right. How does this work? What happens?
Well, there's probably some misunderstanding about Wool, I would guess, and then Bubsy just assumes Gex is another alien, and of course they have a little shit talk off in the beginning, and then that leads to the fight, right? Like,
Yeah, I think that like Gex is at the bar. He's drinking like he always does because he's depressed about his father.
and
And
Bubsy
Bubsy
just
comes in and
with
bumps
all
him.
just kicks the door. And, hey, guys, what's going on? Like, he's just like,
Gex
woo!
goes, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, what you drinking? I'll take one of those. And he just like slams Gex's drink, and immediately Gex is like, I'm gonna fucking kill this annoying nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me rephrase my question. How does he do that?
Oh, yeah. So it's platforming, right? So like most
Yeah.
of Bubsy's
They
go-to
would jump on the
things
floating
is
platforms that are in
jump
the bar.
on things, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got like a pounce, right? And then like the 2019 game, he has like a dash for it or whatever. But basically, Bubsy runs into you and you explode. It's
Yes.
most of the mechanics of the game. If he's not shooting you with like Nerf guns or lasers or a lightning shield or something like that. There's various like equipment and things. But I mean that's Bubsy's attack at the core is pounce on thing, it explodes. So
Okay.
Yeah,
What about Gex?
Gex is similar. He can climb on walls, he can jump, he can glide. He has a tail whip. His tail whip is extremely strong. It is explicitly stated in the instruction booklet that it disintegrates opponents. What they do
What?
in it with yeah. Because like in video games when you hit an opponent they like explode, they just disappear, and it's just like,
Mhm.
well, that's just a video game. All that stuff is like meant to be literal in the Gexverse. So like they make tons of jokes about video games. So no, it literally does actually disintegrate them. He can bounce on his tail like a spring. He has something called the gelatinous tongue lash, which is in the novel. Which it sounds like a video game ability, but it is I think only in the novel, where he spits out this like wad of goo against you, and it will like stop you from moving. It prevents villains from moving. It can get into crevices and destroy equipment. It actually
Ew.
specifically disrupts like technology and technological beings, like Rez. It was able to do damage to him. Gex can hurt intangible and kill the undead, like with ghosts. He has ghost enemies. He can swing around by his tongue. He can break the fourth wall. Similar to Bubsy, it's not like super. Well, I'll let Chad talk about that. But he can break the fourth wall. Um, he has a power up that makes him invincible and super fast and lets him shoot fire and ice from his mouth. He also, just because he goes to like other universes, he has like adopted like the skill set of the people in those universes. So like he knows kung fu movies, so he knows actual kung fu. He is an actual secret agent. So he's actually very skilled and very intelligent, despite his weird fixation on shitty ass movie quotes. But
Okay.
the main thing that he's known for, okay.
The main thing he's known for?
Main thing that he's known for is that he has TV remotes, which allow him to warp out in and out of the media dimension, and also hop into and out of televisions to go to different, like essentially universes in the media dimension, different channels,
Mhm.
quote unquote. And then he has a big arsenal full of power ups that I can talk about later.
Okay. Okay. That's all great. That's all fascinating. Very interesting stuff. Chat has definitely locked on to one thing that you have mentioned a couple times at this point, and I need
Uh-huh.
you to explain this further.
Okay.
What do you mean novel?
There's a Gex novel. There's a Gex novelization.
What is the
I
what?
don't-
How? What?
What do you mean? What? There's a Gex novelization
Of like the game?
of the game. Yeah.
Who
End of
wrote this?
story.
Hang on. I have to look
God,
this up.
no. There's a novelization. Okay, they actually did this a lot. I had a Sonic the Hedgehog novelization as a kid. That was a lore that was completely different from anything in the Sonic Bible, anything I've ever heard of. But it was an actual novelization of the Sonic the Hedgehog game. I had that shit. They would do this for old games, where they'd be like, they're going to make it a big thing. So here's like a novelization. So if you're in third grade, you can bring the novel to school and you can read it while you have like reading time, right? But you're actually indulging in playing the game through the book. So yeah, no, this is a thing. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the quotes.
It was largely written as a companion to the third game, written by Michael Teitelbaum?
Titanbaum? Teetelbaum?
Teitelbaum?
sure.
I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry. Titty
Yeah.
Bomb.
Oh,
What it kinda
God.
looks like. Okay. And then it wraps up with him watching an episode of Gilligan's Island. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And that's
Oh,
the
man.
third game, which is the one that's like has like a bunch of the covers. Yeah, it's like a Charlie's Angels reference or something like that.
Yeah. That's the 3D platformer one.
Yeah.
There's two 3D platformer ones. Enter the Gecko and Deep Cover Gecko is 3. Yeah, which
so
has
good
the
flag for Gexual
lady on it.
content.
Yeah,
Funny.
Gexual
Apparently,
content
according
is
to the
true.
wiki entry that I'm looking at, the Gex novelization goes deep into his trauma about his father, another character telling him that he's his father, and then like learning about the NASA accident, that didn't actually kill him, but left him horrifically disfigured.
So he became a robot. He became Rez. Yeah.
He became Rez. Oh no!
I did not know Gex's story was that dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
My guy's just out here trying to save wool. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So we just covered a lot. We just covered a lot of Gex. What's the dark backstory for Bubsy?
Not really, other than, you know, sometimes he really wants to be more famous than he is. You know, he'll make a lot of references about getting a new agent and things. Let's see. Also has a remote, by the way, which can specifically warp the player's screen. So like in like a pause menu, he'll pull out a remote and he'll start fucking with like the TV, like turning the contrast up and down, the volume. He like was like literally warping the screen that he was on and stuff. Which that has some weird implications. Let's see. He has a portable hole. You know, it's like the Acme cartoon
Yeah.
hole. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Which is
Gexual
great.
in nature.
Yeah. You just toss that anywhere, dive through it, and get out of whatever level that he's in. Let's see. He's got a corn dog bomb. That one's fun. It's exactly what you would think.
He's got a portable hole and a corn dog bomb. Okay.
He
Cool.
sure does.
He's got a portable hole in the corn dog bomb.
But his durability is also crazy. Because he's got some Toon Force to him, right? So like, you know, talking about getting the tail that like, you know, breaks him down or whatever. Like he's been shattered like into like a bajillion pieces, and then of course the eyes land and they're still blinking, and then he's okay. They do these little cutscenes right before you go into a level, and in one of them he just goes bleh and fully melts into a complete puddle, and then just the level starts, and you're just like, okay. So he does have some minor Toon Force stuff for durability. So he's going to be pretty hard to put down. And then yeah, in terms of like, I mean, he's survived in space. I'm sure Gex has too. Like, and it's very classic, you know, older games, because sometimes he's got a little helmet and he's in like a spaceship, and then other times he's not. He's just in space and like, who cares? So he can breathe or not need to breathe and survive in space. Survived explosions, all that you could like, from boxes of dynamite to alien ships. Yeah. He's another Toon Forcey type thing. Of course, stupid thing. Niece and nephew become humongous, and they do the classic stomp on him with giant foot, and then he survives that no problem.
Okay. Wait, niece and nephew?
Yeah.
So like,
But they're not
has
like
some family problems going
they,
on.
Well, no, they call him Uncle Bubsy all the time, and he's like, I'm not your uncle. And then they're like, whatever, Uncle Bubsy. He's like, I never got married. Like, you know, he's like, but
He says that?
yeah, so yeah, he does.
Okay. I mean, also, you don't need to be.
I know, I'm well
uncle.
aware.
What?
I'm well aware, but he's very insistent that he is not.
Okay.
No,
Does he just not know how family relationships work? All right.
Is he stupid?
Is he just a
Bubsy is
moron?
He's a little scatterbrained. That's the best way I would describe it. He's like, you know, just a manic lunatic. Like,
okay. Oh my god.
But yeah,
a couple people talking about the Gex audiobook. Who mentioned it? Somebody
no,
mentioned
it's
it.
Oh.
That is not the audiobook I'm working on saying.
Yeah. But Dude Blade X mentions, guys, I'm sad to say that Liam isn't lying. There is in fact a Gex novel. It's like $60 on Amazon. I looked it up. It is indeed on Amazon for $60, and there's only one left.
Oh, hurry!
There's only one left on Amazon. If you want,
oh my god!
No sponsor.
Wait, no, put up our add it. Can we add an affiliate shopping thing to this?
Send it to us for research when we definitely do this as an episode.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Crap. We gotta get it before it's gone. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Gilded Data mentioned in a super chat. I saw a screenshot of it, so don't take it as 100% true. But the official Bubsy Twitter accounts once tweeted at Gex saying, "Remember that night?" Question mark?
I mean,
say Gex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gay sex. They had sex.
What could
It's canon.
possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Half bobcat, half gecko.
Yeah.
Johan, with a legitimate question, did these two
Yeah.
start off as games? I thought they were meant to be mascots for something. They were as
For
game
games.
mascots.
Yeah.
It was the whole Sonic thing, right? Sonic was intentionally made to be Sega's mascot. I don't what
Arrow the
Gex, they were
Acrobat.
just trying to get in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Acclaim.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least for
Animal
Bubsy,
guy
I don't
with
actually know if
attitude. Make kids give money, please. Like that.
yeah, I know Bubsy was intended to be like a mascot. I don't know if Gex was supposed to be a mascot for Crystal Dynamics or more so just like a parody of the
I
mascot.
think
but
they thought they couldn't make a 3D platformer without a mascot character at that point in time in the world. Like,
sure.
if you were like, oh, we want to make a 3D platformer, like you kind of
well, that's what I mean.
have to.
Like it's kind of a parody in a way, but I guess
Yeah.
not like it's not like Duke Nukem-esque or anything like that. It's just dumb parody.
Yeah.
But,
They would,
Yeah.
but they were really trying, because when they made Bubsy 3D, it was like one of the first like 3D platforming games. Like there were a couple around, but nobody had like figured it out. So like everything about that game they had to build from scratch. Basically, there was no like blueprint, which is why it's a fucking nightmare. But like it's
didn't Bubsy 3D come out like 2 months before Mario 64?
did they? I don't think so.
November 1996 was Bubsy 3D's release, and Mario 64 was June 96. So it came out a couple months after Mario 64.
Oof.
But it would not have been
also,
able to.
is that US release dates?
Japanese release date for
Japanese. Yeah. Mario 64 came out in March 97 for US.
Yeah, so
June.
in the West, Bubsy hit first.
It says North
presumably.
America, September 96.
Yeah,
for Mario
and
64.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well,
Regardless, it would not have been able to have been developed with the knowledge of what Mario 64 did.
It's just
right?
how bad they were going to
They were just way better at it. Mario.
Yeah.
It's also
Nintendo.
Bubsy 3D is like a PS1 game, I believe. So it is like it
Oh,
is
yeah.
technically inferior.
I thought it
So
was
it came out
Sega
in
Saturn.
Europe in 97. So it did.
Yeah,
It literally came out the month before or 2 months. Yeah, I was right.
basically.
It came out 2 months afterwards. It came out exactly 2 months after Mario 64 in the US. So didn't really have much of a chance.
No.
Yeah, no. It has tank controls. It's like unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Vamulator mentions, wait a minute, Bubsy 3D came out in America in the same month I was born. Yeah, I'm sorry. You have a twin brother, and his name is Bubsy 3D.
Rough.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Well, Jumpin' Flash came out a year earlier, and that figured out how to do basic fucking like 3D jumping. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Fuck Bubsy. Jumpin' Flash came out, and it's amazing. No, trash.
All right. Okay. So, I also want to mention real quick detour, since we are halfway through the show right now. Hey everybody, we are going to Comic Palooza this weekend. We've been talking about this for a month now, but it's an event in Houston. It goes through this weekend. We went there last year. It was awesome. Hopefully, we get to see a bunch of you there this year. Feel free to bring up your Chidrum's bucket hats to Chad to get them to autograph. Please do. I want to see it all. I want to see all those bucket hats. But we have a bunch of panels and stuff throughout the weekend. And we're also going to be doing a live stream on the Nightly Brew channel at some point. I believe it's going to be on Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, if you're in the Houston area or planning to go to Comic Palooza this weekend, we'd love to see you. So go ahead and check out their schedule. We got panels, we got meet and greets. It's a pretty cool place. It's a pretty cool event. So hope to see you there.
We can talk about the crossover panel, right? I imagine it's on the schedule now, right? Surely.
I believe so.
It's gotta be. We're like, that's in a few
I assume
days.
so.
If not, whatever. Tell him so he don't get in trouble. We're
Yes,
not
it
gonna
is.
get in trouble. So
It is. Yeah, actually, I forgot. I literally have the schedule pulled up over here. So I can just go through what we're doing. Friday we have a panel at 3:45 p.m. It's our now classic Who Would Win Your Death Battle panel. We've done this I think 2 or 3 times now, where we basically just like come up with death battles on the spot with you guys. It's very
and
fun.
it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. We got our death battle panel on Saturday at 2:15 p.m. That's going to be, we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up on Death Battle, show off a little bit of Yuji Denji, as well as what's coming up afterwards, which I think is going to be very exciting. And then Sunday, at 2:15 p.m., we have a crossover panel with Team 4-Star, which is very
Yeah.
exciting. What's gonna happen there?
Wow.
We'll find out. It's gonna be very fun. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that's happening at Comic Palooza, and I think every day we have a meet and greet as well. So, yeah, 3 days of fun in Houston. Hope to see you there.
For sure.
Isn't it wild having been in the internet space for like this long? Like, I know I've said this before, but like I was in high school when I saw the first death battle, and that was Shadow versus Vegeta. It had Lanny as
Mhm.
Vegeta,
Vegeta.
and Taka as Shadow. That's just wild. It's like crazy how the time has flown. It's 2026.
Yep.
It's like a different decade, and it's actually we're closer to 2030 than we are to 2020 now. Isn't that nuts?
It
Don't say that.
we sure
Yeah.
will. Especially like I feel like, being on YouTube or operating on the internet, it's like dog years too. So it's like you multiply that by like
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sad to say, everybody, that at this moment I'm going to announce my retirement from the internet.
Oh no!
It's time to wrap things up. Been doing this for too long.
He's
Boosting wins. There we go. Yeah.
he's nearly 300 in dog years, so it's
Yeah.
about time.
Why Vamilator says we're also closer to 2050 than 2000. Why would you
We
say
are.
Oh yeah.
We
that? Why
are.
would you say that?
Wow.
All right. They've got remotes. How do these remotes interact? Gex and Bubsy both have
so-
remotes. How do they interact?
Yeah. Gex's is mostly used for hopping between worlds, not like turning on, like affecting the screen or whatever like that. So I actually don't think that they would interact that much. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff that I can talk about. Some of his power ups,
Cool.
some of Gex's power ups. So he eats bugs basically. Which, man,
Gross.
it's summertime in New York, and we could use a couple. I could use a Gex in here. He got the green fly, which gives him an extra life. The red fly gives him invincibility. The blue fly fully restores his health. The red and blue fireflies give him fire and ice projectiles. The yellow firefly gives him electricity to like short circuit technology. The centipede gives him super speed, because it's legs and shit. He's got costumes that he gets when he travels to different dimensions. There's a robot transformation, which I think is only from the novel, which allows him to transform into a bucket, a forklift, a jet plane,
What?
and a helicopter. You heard me.
Wait.
I
why
can
why
tell
would
you.
he ever be? So forklift and helicopter, I can kind of understand, or jet plane. Did you say
Yeah, the
bucket?
Yeah, it counters Bubsy's melting ability because it would
Yeah,
contain
nice.
him
Yeah,
in the
what-
bucket.
Big if true, Liam.
I was gonna say Bubsy has exploded all of those things that you've named pretty much. Like,
Oh,
Wait.
well, okay.
He got
Um,
a power in the novel to transform into different vehicles.
Yes, he gets This is not the most
What
insane thing
happens
within
in
the
this
novel.
novel?
This novel is fucking crazy. This novel is like like Legends for Star Wars, or it gives
Oh,
him some insane
yeah.
fucking feats.
mhm.
Okay.
He has costumes. I mentioned that. He has a Dracula costume, which lets him turn into a vampire. He has an atomic costume, which is basically a big Hulk Gex. He has he's in a racing game, so he has a cart. He has a cart that he can drive. And he has power-ups that you can pick up, like the Psycho Chicken, which is like a guided missile. The Disco Ball, which creates like an invincible force field around him. Freeze All, which just freezes everybody on the track, which I think is actually extremely useful. He has different vehicles like Humps the camel, Paunch the kangaroo, Scales the alligator, and Tank. It is a tank. That's not its name. Also, like, he has certain power ups that I believe are like, I don't think he can do this like just anywhere, but are limited to like where he goes. So there's one universe where it's like a kaiju boss battle. And when he goes there, he transforms into a giant like kaiju sized Gex. So he could take Bubsy to the kaiju world and turn into a giant fucking uh Gexosaurus Rex, Tyrannosaurus Gex. That's not what it's called. That's me making puns. Yeah, those are some of his. That's some of his arsenal. Pass it back over to Chad.
Yeah. So for getting extra lives, he gets the numbered T-shirts. He just comes for some reason it's shirts. They either have a 1 or 2 on them, and he then gets that many lives. He's got his black T-shirt, which turns him into Shadow Bubsy, and he becomes invisible for around 20 seconds. Which he didn't.
Shadow
Bubsy.
Bubs.
Yeah, right. So he's completely invisible when that thing's on. There's the flashing shirt, which makes him completely invincible, and he can just phase through enemies when he's wearing that.
And
then,
can kill
yeah,
ghosts. Gex can kill ghosts.
he can kill that. Yes, there's an enemy that's like, it's just gloves, a top hat, and shoes with a magic wand, right? And then
Yeah.
Bubsy can jump on it and explode it. So killing intangible things. His smart bomb is pretty busted, which is a bomb with a little graduation cap on top of it. And that is a screen wide instant kill for like, it is like the screen flashes and every enemy is gone. Like, it affects bosses, but it doesn't like one shot them because gameplay, right? And then, like I said, he's got his trademarked Nerf bazooka, which he blasts you, and you would think that they would have that like hit you and they would like explode or poop or something, but for some reason they turn into cards. So his Nerf blaster transfigures you. I don't know why. And like, he's got that corn dog bomb for the classic, whoopsie, right? Where you're like, want a corn dog? Haha, this is great. Oh, bomb! Cartoon. Let's see. Yeah, so he has a biplane and he has 2 different spaceships. One has the Nerf blaster mounted on it, and then the other one can just like rapid fire laser blasts. Like, it's wild. That one's from the 2019 game. In Bubsy 3D, he can get these lightning shields, which causes a bolt of lightning to just zip around him, and it explodes anything he touches, or touches him. And then, like Liam said earlier, he breaks the 4th wall as well. Like in his gameplay manual, he literally interrupts the manual's narration. Like, he rips through the page and then goes off on a whole thing about how they're trying to trick him into giving the plot so that they didn't have to, but he's not going to fall for it, while also then giving the whole plot of the game. And he's addressed the audience before in some cutscenes. So yeah, and there's a little bit of 4th wall breaking. Like I said, he fucks with the TV with that remote. So I wish we had more instances of the remote, but that's all he does. He literally is like, haha, you pause the game, I'm gonna fuck with you. Like, so he just literally just screws with the TV settings with the remote just for fun.
I think one thing that we didn't mention that probably should mention is just that Gex does have a gun.
He has a Tommy gun, yeah.
Yeah,
In
he's
the
got a
3D
couple
game, he has
guns.
a Tommy gun.
And I saw Nihilix saying Gex fights Toon Force characters, doesn't he? He does mention Roger Rabbit, which is, couldn't he get the dip from Roger Rabbit and just throw it at him? Also, Gex is no longer an incel after Gex 3. Isn't that the real victory? If you got the PlayStation version, true. If you got the N64 version, not true.
Oh!
Split timelines because of Christian Nintendo.
PlayStation 1 players got laid.
Yeah.
The Gex trilogy ends with him fucking? Is that how this is
so
how it ends?
In the 3rd one, Gex is an actual secret agent and has a secret agent girlfriend called Extra. In the ending of the PlayStation one has cutscenes, the N64 one doesn't. In the PlayStation one, after you beat the game, the cutscene is like, you have a butler named Alfred that's like literally from Batman, and like, he's like, yo dog, there's a problem in the media dimension, and Gex is like, don't care, as Extra and him go to his bedroom, and then you hear noises. In the Nintendo one, you go on a cruise together. Alfred's like, I've booked you a relaxing cruise, and it's like a text thing, and that's what you get. So yeah. You do save your secret agent girlfriend at the end of it and then have secret agent sex, which, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
Well-
think the emulator was like, why did you start with he pounces things when he has all this? It's like, you got to work up to it. Like, I'm not comes out with the craziest shit, but that's his main thing in all the games is he pounces on things and they explode.
Yes.
So he makes things explode. Gex makes things disintegrate. All right. So I am seeing a potential interaction with the remotes of if they're going into worlds, right? If Gex brings them into worlds in the TV,
Mhm.
then Bubsy can control them, right? So Gex needs to keep this out of the TV worlds.
Yeah.
No,
Also, if you,
Gex doesn't, or Bubsy doesn't like control the entire universe. He can affect stuff like the contrast and like TV, like visual TV settings, but it's not like he's not like reality warping the universe itself.
yeah, but could he
least
turn
not-
it off? Like,
And it would just that wouldn't affect the world. We'll
What
get
happens
to
if
we'll
you
get to
turn
that.
off the TV
get to
while
that.
Gex is in
Yeah.
it?
I think that's how you get ejected from levels.
okay. Well, yeah, and then also anywhere that Bubsy got brought, he could portable hole his way out of if he needed to.
Okay.
But it's
Yep.
probably time to get into the crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
If you have not gotten into the crazy stuff yet,
Yep, here we go. Don't worry about the remote, Ben. Fuck that. Doesn't need it. You know why?
Wait,
Because
hang on. Sorry. Wait. Third Degree has a super
Yes.
chat. This is very important to read.
She is a human.
To those who are wondering, Extra is not a gecko. She's a human,
Mhm.
yes.
a live action human.
Yes.
What?
Okay,
Marlise
this does confirm what
Andrada.
we talked about at the beginning, like whether or not like Gex's father was a gecko pet or whatever. No, he
No.
legitimately worked at NASA.
Like through the
a
transitive
very-
properties of Gex fucking a live woman. He must have actually worked at NASA. Yeah, she was in Baywatch, the actress was. She was also a Playboy Playmate. I saw that on the wiki.
okay.
So if you want to
Incredible.
know
Okay.
what kind of tail Gex was getting, you can go look it up. But yeah, wild world out there.
Okay.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Oh, well, I would say the remotes and all that stuff doesn't matter because thanks to that really shitty pilot that they did, really crazy that they came out swinging out the gate with this one, which is that Bubsy is in possession of a reality helmet. And basically you put this helmet on and whatever you can imagine, and then you just blink twice, and then it comes true. So
Okay.
like the armadillo guy was just like, I thought of a monster truck and blinked twice, and a monster truck came like crashing through the house or whatever, right? But the best way that Bubsy uses this is it's like towards the end of the episode, and then he literally hold on, I wrote this quote down somewhere, which now I've lost it. Anyway, long story short, he puts the helmet on and then says he's going to think of something like so mind-numbingly insane or whatever that it'll save the day or something. And what then happens is poof, all of the bad guys from wherever they were are now under his feet, all tied up. And then his like love interest character literally yells out, "Wow, way to go, Bubsy. You saved the entire world as we know it." And then he's like, "I think I saw Elvis." It's like, you know, like,
Get it? 90s joke about Elvis being alive.
yeah, so that's specifically it's a reality warping helmet. But you didn't think we were gonna get a reality warping with this one in chat, but we are. Which is pretty busted. So
but can
you
he
know,
actually like affect the fight with this? Like, what could he do with this against Gex?
I mean, it affects other people. So like he could have it on and blink dice and be like, I defeat Gex. Like, you know, like that's what he literally did with like the bad guys and apparently saved the whole world at the same time in an instant. And like the bad guys weren't in the room; they were all like in different places, and there's just poof. All of a sudden, all the bad guys there under him. He's standing on him like a mountain, and they're all tied up. And then it's said that he saves the entire world as you know it. So like, he can wish. You can wish for powers. Somebody wished to like fly at one point. You can whatever. Like it's literally anything you imagine. You just need to imagine it very specifically and blink twice, and then it makes it come true.
This is
That's
in
the caveat.
pilot?
It's in the pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the pilot.
No
That's the
wonder this thing
caveat.
never took
Is
off.
that is that
They
the
kind of killed the
helmet
whole
is-
show at the gate.
Yeah,
Problem?
they
The
came
helmet
out
is-
the gate
Alright, yeah.
with a pilot with a reality warping item.
Yeah.
With an item that just solves everything. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Liam, sorry.
Yeah,
The caveat.
the caveat is that it has to be specific. And Bubsy like tries it at one point and isn't specific enough. He like wants to fly. And he starts
Yes.
like shooting into the air and almost dies.
Right.
There it is
Monkey
not
Paw kind of thing.
exactly. And Bubsy is, as Chad mentioned before, scatterbrained, and as I mentioned before, a fucking idiot. So there is a danger to using it. Furthermore, Gex has actually been able to handle like and destroy technological equipment with his what the fuck is it called? Gelatinous tongue
Gelatinous
lash,
Tongue spit or whatever.
which is able to like disable technology. So I think that like while I agree that the reality helmet is like the single like most useful piece of equipment in this fight, I think Gex could take care of it pretty easily.
I also do think
Bubsy does not accidentally kill himself.
Bubsy goes to put the helmet on and he's like, now I've got to think of a world without Gex. And then he starts to blink and then it is riddled with Tommy gun fire. Like, what's left to argue about?
Well, Tommy gunfire is not going to affect Bubsy at all.
How?
I have something that will affect him because I want to talk about some Gex.
Well, wait.
feats.
How is Tommy Gunfire not going to affect him at all? How are bullets not going to be effective against Bubsy?
Just due to all the stuff that he's survived and his Toon Force shenanigans and whatever. Also, like I could talk about a crazy durability feat that was, that I could get into, but Liam wanted to say something first, so I
Talk
wanted
about
to.
the durability feat.
Okay,
Talk about the durability feat.
so in Bubsy 3D, the main
Satan's
thing.
child.
Yeah, yeah. The main thing that he needs to do is so basically what happens is he gets kidnapped by the Woolies, right? They've managed to kidnap him because they're like, this time we're gonna stop him before he stops us from getting all the wool. So they kidnap him, and then along the way there's a malfunction. The spaceship explodes and he gets free. And then his whole thing is he now needs to go around and find pieces of a spaceship, but also collect atoms. And Bubsy is just raw pawing these atoms.
Yeah,
like
but
no problem.
What is that? Wait, what?
So they are
Okay.
these floating. It looks like a blue ball with the atomic little thing going around it, right? And he can carry up to
Right.
200 of these at a time.
200 blue balls. Okay.
Yeah. So
10 trillion atoms right here.
yeah.
well, yeah, but this is
Look at me
this is
just
specifically-
dumpstering on fucking Bubsy out here.
No. Listen, because there's something about these atoms specifically that they are inherently like creating power. So the reason this is because what happens is if you get enough atoms, you get the pieces of the spaceship, and then your whole thing is okay. He escapes the planet. This is like the good ending of the game. Now what happens was the woolly scientist tells them that we're tracking Bubsy, and here's what happened. He said, due to this stored atom capacity that he built up in his fur, the rocket was on, he couldn't handle the density of those atoms, which then tore a hole in the fabric of the space-time continuum and sent him back in time to the Stone Age. So he was carrying in his pocket and his fur enough atomic energy to rip a hole in the space-time continuum and was fine. He makes a little joke at the end.
I don't really think that's a durability feat.
What?
What? They specifically said the density of the atoms that he has now stored in his fur, like
Okay,
ripped
yeah,
a hole
but
in the space-time continuum.
you can have density with like extremely low mass. Like it's not like he's like being crushed by something. It's just there's a weird thing that happens that opens up a time portal. That's like saying anyone who's ever done any time traveling has like some special durability. They don't specifically say this is a harmful thing that is happening.
I have a feat that discusses
Yep.
subatomic particles,
Talk about
like
it.
even smaller than atoms. So, this is in the novel. Gex fought these aliens called the Rerons.
Haha.
And he tail whipped a group of them so hard they burst into, I quote, a million electrons. Um, so speaking of atoms, the energy it would take to split like a being apart at the subatomic level, like because electrons are parts of atoms, um, uh, would be 130 kilotons. You're essentially like that's essentially like a nuclear bomb, right? You're literally splitting atoms apart. So he was able to split people into millions of electrons, and thus confirms the disintegration thing is like literal. Um, Another feat, he whacked a 12-foot cyclops so hard into the side of a mountain that it shook the mountain and caused an avalanche. He has dodged bullets, he's dodged lightning, he's dodged electricity, he's dodged lasers. He survived falling in lava. He tanked a blimp exploding, like he tanked a Hindenburg. Um, and he has a couple of like really, really fucking insane feats. So one of them is that he hops onto a spaceship and then hops off of it. So it's a speed feat. Like he hops off of it, so it has to react to how fast it's moving. A spaceship that is traveling across the entire media dimension, which is a multiverse. Each channel is its own universe. He travels all the way across it to get to Rez, and he hops off at the right moment. This is like millions of times faster than light, and he is able to tank. We talked about remote controls and reality warping. Gexes don't really warp reality. However, Rez's remotes are able to destroy like entire channels, essentially, like destroy them with like their like kind of energy blast thing. His Gexes don't energy blast. But he blasts Gex with one of those energy blasts from the remote, which has the power to destroy an entire like media dimension or channel within the media dimension. So Gex potentially is insanely fucking powerful and insanely
Yeah.
fast, and has a lot of like with his super powered up form, he's able to like physically beat the shit out of
Yeah, you
Rez.
can lock my vote
Um,
in for Gex. Bubsy
I could do that
4D
from before
might
this episode even started.
Bubsy 4D might change something when it comes out like later today or something, but as it stands right now.
The fact that I brought up the Adam thing, the first year thing, was like, well, that actually
Yeah,
doesn't prove
because it's
anything.
not. How is your fucking logical
You're
thinking happening
so
like that?
biased. Anyway,
It's not biased at all. You're just this is the same thing with you being like Captain Crunch can make life, therefore he can take it away. Like what the fuck are
it's
you even
not.
on about?
He's changing. You don't. No, see,
Oh
he's
my
trying to bait
God.
me right now. I'm not going there.
Kino, just to help you out a little bit. Kino mentions I had a dip for a dentist appointment. Last I heard, Bubsy was using a remote. What have I missed? Well, Bubsy apparently broke space time, and Gex got laid.
Yes.
That's about it.
yeah,
For the human woman, just to be
and
clear.
Bubsy has a helmet that can warp reality. Anything that he imagines as he focuses on
Yeah.
it and blinks twice, it happens.
I don't know if we can
Uh,
also take a canceled pilot as canon.
See this bullshit. Anyway, I'm not wasting any more breath on you. I mean, yeah, easy with time.
legitimate.
Yeah. Porto. So
Okay, fuck it.
Bubsy
Like,
puts
pull
on.
us up. Go ahead and get your votes in.
Yeah.
Chad, final arguments for
Yeah, Bubsy puts on his flashing
Bobcat.
shirt, makes him completely invincible, and then has to put on the reality helmet. Think about it. The unexist Gex gone, like defeats Gex no matter what, and gets all the movie credit, whatever, done. The reality helmet's just crazy powerful, and then again, he's got Toon Force and can survive. Oh, I didn't talk about speed. He's kept up with like lightning bolts, sound waves, and then there's a similar speed feat where he kept up with the Woolly spaceship, which traveled from like their home world all the way to Earth, but we don't know the time frame, so I can't give you an exact speed, but he can keep up with spaceships too. So yeah, be invincible. Imagine the destruction of Gex. The end.
Cool. Liam, final argument for Gex, the gecko.
Bubsy, dumb. 50% chance that the first thing he thinks of with the reality helmet is like cheeseburgers or some shit. Gex can use the gelatinous tongue lash to destroy the helmet. He's physically way stronger than Bubsy. I mean, he fucking hits a Cyclops so hard that it causes a mountain to shatter. His tail swipes can burst you into electrons with one hit. And also he has like the multiverse crossing speed feat, which I think is faster even than the Woolly's ship thing, and is able to tank universe busting blasts from Rez, who is his father, maybe. I think Gex is smarter. He's more skilled. He legitimately does knows kung fu and secret agent shit. And he's gotten laid, and his games are marginally better.
Oh, I found the quote, by the way, because like in the very beginning, they were testing out the reality helmet, right? But by the end, like Bubsy knew how to use it, right? The quote exactly is, "I'm going to imagine something so numbingly incredible that it will instantly save the day," and then he does, and poof, the entire world as we know it is saved, and he did a great job, and apparently saw Elvis. So
I think I saw
he's-
Elvis.
yeah, right, yeah.
Go ahead.
What could possibly go wrong? Um,
All right, everybody get your votes in. I'm not sure how to feel about the current status of the poll, but we'll see. I'm not sure how to feel about any of this.
I'm not sure how to feel about
Um,
any of this. I wake up every morning and say that, looking in the mirror.
I am like this conversation. I came into it feeling like some energy. I felt good when I woke up this morning. Right now, I feel just tired.
Took that away from you.
I feel so tired after all that.
mhm.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, not what I was expecting either when I looked into this, but it's crazy.
Normally,
No,
this
it's
is
kinda
when
powerful.
Sam and I would be like, "Yeah, this is what we're thinking." Sam's already said what he thinks.
Gex.
I don't give a shit. So let's go ahead and wrap up the poll in 3, 2, 1, and it
Yeah.
is with 60% of the vote. We got 60-40.
That's close.
Gex takes this. I'm actually kind of shocked.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's Gex, dude.
Wow. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. New poll.
All
New
of those
poll.
crazy feats, by the way, are from the novel.
Yeah,
Gex novel Gex is fucking is busted. Novel Gex is like Dragon Ball is like Xenoverse Goku.
Okay, I'm gonna put up a new poll. Please, I need everybody to vote on
Novel Gex
this.
versus Pilot
Um,
Bubsy.
please vote. Please vote the second option.
Uh,
And then
yeah,
we'll see.
we're not gonna. Yeah.
No,
Oh my
guys,
God, it is
stop.
not
You need
close.
to. No, that's the
I've
wrong
seen a
one.
lot of people throughout the show today saying that they really actually want this. Like,
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm
stop
getting
voting.
a kind of a
Stop voting first.
I'm getting kind of like a Morbius, like please play it again. We were all busy last
Yeah,
weekend
yeah.
kind of vibe.
100%.
Guys, you're picking the wrong option. You're picking the wrong option. Yes, no, more people are picking the right option. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop it before I get any more embarrassed. 91% say yes, we should do this stupid episode. Okay, fine. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us for another Death Metal cast.
I'll have Torian do it.
It's been one. Bye.
I think he'd be down.
I
think he'd
can
actually be
confirm that
down.
all episodes of Death Battle from now on are canceled. It will only be Bubsy versus Gex and Gex versus Bubsy from now on. We'll just alternate titles.
That's
It'll
it.
be great. Stick around. We're gonna jump into our members only champion cast right now. If you're a member of the YouTube channel, you'll get moved over automatically. We appreciate the support from members. You get a bunch of extra stuff, and live streams and things like that. If you're a member, thank you so much. We'll see you there, and let's go. I'm done. I'm so
Bye.
tired.